Hey everybody, it's Squid. Welcome back to the channel on this Sunday morning where I have no caffeine. So we're going to see how this goes. It's Sunday morning uncaffed. It's if I look disheveled, it's because I am. Sorry about the ugly hair color. I am trying to strip out the pink and the red so that I can get it colored on Wednesday, and it's a process because the more I can do it before then and on my own, the less processed it will be and the less damage it will be. But I'm kind of going through that Lindsay Lohan phase because I'm stripping out the pink, and it was whatever the bleach did to my hair before, which was make it red or make it copper. How is everybody doing this morning? I am so happy to see y'all. It's been a week. So this stream is kind of an impromptu. I have to get work done, and Mr. Squid is at work. Mama Squid is over at the house hanging with the little and doing some stuff. So I figured what better way to get some work done is take the chat to work with me. Y'all know I love taking you to work. I love getting your input on things, your ideas, and plus, my ideas, if I share them with you guys, are all on the internet already and time-stamped, so that when my ideas show up on other people's channels like they have in the past, I got it time-stamped. I mean, not to throw shade or anything, but like I wanted to collaborate with a bunch of people, and so I brought it up, and then they ended up doing it and collaborating with other people on the exact same thing that I wanted to do. So yeah, pass the Squid a big cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm a Sunday morning uncaffeinated. My supply of energy drinks from Amazon will be here tomorrow. I finished my last one yesterday. And today I'm just here hoping for the best. Didn't get a super great night's sleep last night. The little was she was something special last night. She was definitely in her toddler moments to where Mr. Squid threw her phone in the garbage. I got it out. It's clean, but she's not allowed to have it. So it's not destroyed, but like, yeah, it was that kind of a day, and it started the same way this morning. It started the same way. But for the aviation streams, I have to talk to Spawn about when we can do the next one. But I have, and I'm giving away what airline that we worked for with this. But I have a model of a CRJ. So when we are discussing the CRJ crash, we have a CRJ to actually use. It's a CRJ 200. The plane that crashed is a CRJ 900. Both CRJ crashes, the one in DC and the one in Canada, were both CRJ 900s. This is a CRJ 200, but it gets the job done. So this only seats 50 people, Mom?
Yes.
50 people. My mom knows the ins and outs of a CRJ. Not quite as well as Mr. Squid. My mom knows the weight and balance, the loading, how to operate it from the airline perspective. Mr. Squid knows the ins and outs of repairing it. And he hates CRJs. They are heavy. They are like flying bricks. Yeah.
And sometimes you just can't carry all 50 passengers.
So, yeah, and sometimes because you can't with the 200, just because it carries 50 passengers doesn't mean it has the weight capacity to carry 50 passengers, because of how it's built. And all the apparently, Mom, and I'm talking to everybody, but my mom is sitting she's sitting with the little. All the wiring is in the right side, right up here. So it's one of the reasons that it might tip to the right, because all the important stuff is right here. So it's nose heavy, and all the wiring harnesses tend to be right in this front part. No, well, it tends to be overweight because of how heavy it is. So just because it's supposed to hold 50 passengers, and they don't use the 200s anymore, do they? Mom?
Some do, but very rarely.
Okay,
They're
so
more of a commuter plane.
like Milwaukee to Madison,
Milwaukee, Madison.
Milwaukee to Chicago.
Well, it was Milwaukee to Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison, Milwaukee to Whitewater.
Yeah. So we have a little we have a model to use when we talk about it. And I can even, I don't know if she'll let me, but oh yeah, I can take the wings off.
Mm-hmm.
So nose heavy ain't nose heavy ain't gonna say it. I did not mean it like that, but you caught that, Mom?
What?
Roy said nose heavy. Nah, ain't gonna say it.
Yeah.
Remember our favorite lawyer who likes to harass me?
Mm-hmm.
A little nose heavy himself. Oh, even the engines come off. Oh, this will be awesome. Sweet. And the tail comes off, I think, too. Yeah. No, the tail does come off? Just the engines. No, sorry, she just...
The back part, the tail of the tail.
Oh,
that comes off.
Okay.
The ailerons.
The ailerons come off. Okay, not the actual tail itself. Okay, but either way, we have a CRJ with one wing. So we there's no landing gear, but this is gonna help us get through. Yeah, and like I said, giving away what airline we all worked for, but you know, it is what it is. Wow, a tool that comes apart. I didn't mean it like that. But yeah, how is everybody doing it today? So this is kind of just a hangout stream. Just shoot the shit. Did everybody watch the draft? Hey, Empire, how are you? The draft is over, so we can start paying attention to YouTube again. For the first time in, I would like to say 20 years, I don't think that the Green Bay Packers effed it up, which they usually do. They took Matthew Golden. I'm actually kind of proud of that. And it seems like the people they took actually wanted to be there, which is half the battle, because if you draft somebody who doesn't want to be in your city, getting them to want to play for your town is hard. Oh, yeah. I got something to say to that. And Peachy, good morning. Now that you're here, Rick, I have something to say about that. But did you see the people in the draft room? Most often, or most importantly, the GM of your team. Yeah, college is where it's at. Mr. Squid doesn't watch the NFL. I watch my team. I am born and raised a Packers fan. I will always be a Packers fan. I can't help it, but I also like to see where my dogs go. And the Packers took yet another Georgia Bulldog. They took one last year, and they took one this year. So we're good. We're good. But it was funny because after the draft yesterday, a UFL, I don't know what it even stands for, something football league, United Football League or something like that. The starting quarterback, it came on after the draft, and the starting quarterback was Max Duggan. I felt so bad. So bad. You just don't have a track record on, like, I don't, sorry, but y'all paid Deshaun Watson a lot of money, and he's not the most upstanding citizen, if you know what I mean. And I don't think I think Shedeur Sanders is a good football player. I just don't think his main focus in life is football. And if you're going to be playing football for millions of dollars, I think your main focus should be football. I think your main focus should be football, and I don't think his main focus is football. I think his main focus is social media. I saw a video of him talking to somebody. I want to say, I think it was him talking to Cam Ward. I think it was him talking to Cam Ward, and Cam Ward was like, I play football. And Shedeur was like, what else do you do? He's like, I play football. Like, I play football. And there is a reason that somebody was a number one overall pick and somebody else was not. I mean, just, Oh yeah. It's freaking the Eagles is an Alabama offense and a Georgia defense, like through and through. Like, it's just like, but the problem is I don't like Alabama. So they took Alabama's offense, and it's just, it's just one of those things. Morning, Barbara. How are you? So now that the draft is over and I can kind of start paying attention to, like, YouTube again, I kind of want to do some research, and I want to get y'all's input on some things because I have some things that I want to do. Yeah. And whatever, that's true too. And whatever you think about Aaron Rodgers, love him or hate him, I'm kind of split on this. My brain is kind of split on how I feel about him. He was a really bad pick, or a really late round pick too. As was Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. He started in a see, I don't pay too much attention to the NFL anymore. I pay attention to where my college players go. But I still like my Packers. I will always like my Packers. Yeah. So I just pay attention to where certain players go. Minnesota Vikings happy he's not here. He didn't pull a Brett Favre and go straight from Green Bay to the Eagles and then went. Did Brett Favre go to the Eagles, Mom? Brett Favre went to the Eagles and then went to Minnesota, right?
I think he went to the Jets, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, that Jets. Sorry, New York. Aaron. I was hoping that Aaron Rodgers would do the same thing as Favre, play in Green Bay, claim you're going to retire or whatever. Don't retire. Get traded. Go to the Eagles or go to the Jets. Play a year in the Jets for the Jets. Suck. Don't do very well, and then go to Minnesota and then retire from there. I was hoping that they would Favre was great until he went to Minnesota. That's me. I hear mom from the other side of the room. That's me. I haven't changed my name, and I don't plan on it anytime soon. Thanks for the baseball update. It's hard to pay attention to certain things like that. When I'm not on social media, I don't want to be on social media. And second, living in Braves territory, I don't get many Brewers updates or Brewers games, and I'm not paying an extra amount of money to watch Brewers games when I don't have a lot of time. It's one of those things. So we can go Pacer. We are going to go to Pacer because I am going to there's a couple things that we're going to look up today, and I can't show you my Pacer right away because it shows my true name, my real name, and some of y'all know my name, but most of y'all don't, and I don't like to advertise. We are going to the Eastern District of Wisconsin because we're going to look up two people. We're going to look up Nikita Kassap and see if there's any more things made public. And secondly, we're going to look up Judge Hannah Dugan. If you don't know who Hannah Dugan is, Hannah Dugan is a Milwaukee judge who was arrested by the FBI for harboring an illegal immigrant in her home. Yeah, just wait. There'll be some point in time you tell your child that you have changed your name. I know. I know. Oh, I can't. There will be and too, like this morning, I wanted to get out of bed to do stuff, but I was laying in bed with her, and she wanted to snuggle, and I'm like, I know I need to get up and do stuff, but like, there will become a time when she does not want to snuggle, and she won't even want to be within arm's reach of me. So I'm gonna take advantage of these snuggles while I can get them.
Like you.
Yep, pretty much. Because I'm not a huge PDA person, so like I know she will probably be the same way because her father is the same way. So we will not. There'll come a time and a day and a time when she will not want to ever. Yeah. For those of you who are hanging out here who have not watched the Nikita streams, because they are some of the lowest viewed streams, to be honest, but I think they're some of the most important in the sense that when you allow political extremism, in the sense of when you allow someone to be discriminated against because of who they voted for, even though like that person didn't do anything to you, that might seem small. Oh, taking someone's hat off and throwing it in the road. Telling someone you hate their shirt, like that little forms of political violence can ultimately lead, when that becomes acceptable, it can lead to this. And the second stream, I give a synopsis of the first stream on the second stream, but if you are triggered at all by certain words, if you are triggered at all by discussions on like very difficult discussions, discussing people's ideologies and race and things like that, that stream is not for you. It is a trigger warning because it is very hard to hear not only what he is accused of doing to his parents, but what he is accused of and the conversations that he had with other people online and what he was planning on doing. So the second one, I give a synopsis without actually reading it straight from the affidavit. So if you want to know about that case, the second stream is not as triggering. The first stream was very actually hard for me to get through. Because it was like I kept having to repeat to the YouTube overlords and the FBI agents who may watch my streams that I promise this is not my ideology. I'm reading straight from an affidavit from the FBI. Like, So the second stream is tolerable. There's not a lot. There's really no triggering things other than just the topic in general. But the first one is very trigger warning. And I do not use that trigger warning lightly because I feel like trigger warning is like just I'm soft, I don't want to watch it. Like they put a trigger warning on Bonanza. They put a trigger warning on the TV show Bonanza. What? So if they put it, that's where I think trigger warnings go a little off the rails. This one actually is necessary. But we're gonna look up some stuff on judges because I feel like there's been lately we don't know. I like him, and I like that no one is above the law. Like no one is above the law. It doesn't matter how high up you are. It doesn't matter what position you have. If you break the law, you break the law. And that's how I've always felt. No one is above the law. However, actions speak louder than words. And whether anything will come from what he says, I like what he says. But saying things and doing things are two different, two different areas of the world. So like, we'll see how it goes. How do you like him? I like him so far, but it's, once again, actions speak louder than words, and I'm sick of this. Will be polarizing for some people, and I understand, and everybody's opinions are welcome here. This is the stream where this is the channel where I don't agree with all of you guys, but that's okay. We don't always agree on things, but it's whether we can act like adults, give facts on why we have the opinions we have, back them up with facts, and not just because I feel like it, because I feel like it has never been an acceptable answer to me. Ask my mother. Never has, because I felt like it. And my dad taught me when I was very little not to make decisions based on emotion, because emotions change minute to minute. Facts take weeks, months, years to change, if at all. Like yellow is always going to be the color yellow. 1 + 1 is always going to equal 2. Like, those are facts that don't change. But some facts that we think are facts, they change, but it takes time and evidence. Angel, girl, you still have Nutella on your face. Not a kiss? That's not a kiss, you take your butt. Thank you. Mwah. I love you. There you go. She went and retrieved herself a snack. That's why she has all those snacks in that drawer or that cabinet where she can reach them, because that way when she's hungry, she has snacks that are acceptable. We just have to work on getting in and out of the fridge, because we have a French door refrigerator with the freezer on the bottom. Makes it hard for her to get in the fridge to get like yogurt and fruit and stuff like that. So, but I'm a very Montessori type parent where, she has a cabinet that says her snacks, and anything in that cabinet or in that tray she can have. Yeah. And math is an ist. I just think that's really stupid too. I saw an interview Kash Patel on Tim Pool's podcast a while ago. Seems like a very nice and down-to-earth guy. Yeah. It's one of those things where, okay, you're not always going to agree. This is how I make decisions based on like politics and things like that. I'm not always going to agree on everything that someone I like does. Like, take Spawn. He and I disagree on things all the time. But at the end of the day, we're still friends. Like, Mr. Squid and I don't agree on everything all the time, but I still love the man. You are not going to agree with anything everybody does 100% of the time. It's how you work through it. And since I personally don't know politicians and bureaucrats on my own, we're not on a first name basis here. It's, do I go to bed at night thinking that person has my best interest in mind? I don't always agree with what they do. However, if I can go to sleep and think, yes, they have my best interest in mind, because people are smarter than me. I am not there. I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know. So it's one of those things. If I can go to sleep knowing that people smarter than me actually have my best interest in mind, like, I can do it. And for like him or hate him, Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth, Trump, Vance, you might not like their personalities, but can you go to sleep at night thinking that they have, as an American, have your best interest in mind and protecting you? No offense to my viewers overseas, but you can't take care of everybody else until you take care of yourself. We have problems here that we need to take care of before we... She ate it all already? Do you want something more than this? Do you want a grilled cheese? Do you want a grilled cheese? No. You want this?
Mommy. Yes.
That's me. Oh, girl.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And that's fair. That's fair. He's a nice person. We have a lot in common, and we have things that are culturally different that we don't agree on, and we probably never will. Yeah, politician was supposed to... That's my one... Well, I have more than one, but my huge criticism of the founding fathers, they had forethought for a lot of things. They did not have the forethought that career would be politics would be a career. They got into politics. That's why term limits were never a thing. I'm sure if they had thought that the world was going to turn out like this, they would have thought about that a little too much, or a little bit more than, I wonder if Jeremy and Reddy might hint the idea of doing a writ of probations. I don't know. But we are going to look up that judge. There's also a judge in New Mexico that has been arrested with his wife. Hey, Lexi, how are you? It's been a while. Good to see you. We are going to... we need new blood in politics. Yeah, and it ain't gonna be me. Let's see if anything is in here first. I will share this with you guys. Now that I don't have my name up on the screen. So this is where I say, like, Pacer gets expensive. Former judge in New Mexico, Las Cruces. Yeah, I heard that he was... I'm going to look into that one, too. It's like a Judges Gone Wild kind of mentality here that we got going on. So this is Miss Hannah Dugan. And we're going to see her as a defendant. So there's two. There's her as a defendant, Hannah C. Dugan, and Hannah. So we're going to click on this one first. Filed 424. USA versus... Oh, look at this. Huh. Oh, sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Sad to hear that JH lost the case against Russ. Well, and I don't know anything about that case, so I can't speak on that because I know absolutely nothing. The only cases that I really know about are the federal cases. Not one of them are absent of fault, but I do believe they have good ideas to restore wage earning jobs to the U.S. Yeah, like I said, no one's perfect, and I don't know. I don't like everything they do. It's just one of those things. If I can go to sleep at night and think that yes, what they are doing might have my best interest in mind, it's kind of one of those situations. That's where I'm at right now. We're gonna try to get rid of this. There we go. We're gonna do some stars. There we go. All right, but this is interesting because this is the first time I'm looking this up because I like to do this with you guys because then I stay focused. She's been a defendant in 4 cases. Dunbar v. Dugan in 2016. Faze v. Dugan et al. In July 31st of 2023 and closed 10/18. So that one lasted a while. And then the U.S. versus Hannah Dugan, which is what we want to see. We're going to go to documents. All events, history, run queuing. Sweet. There's all these documents. Now I can write this down in my trusty to-do list. I have a whole bunch of stuff. And if you hear the little in the background, Nana is tickling her to death.
Hey, come here.
He didn't lose to Russ. The residents of Otter Creek just got screwed by the state yet again. I have no idea what happened, so y'all are yeah. I don't know. So we are case unsealed. So this is going to be interesting. Full docket. Oh, okay. Little pages. Let's see. Full docket text. Initial appearance. we gonna get some tea. Maybe. But good to know that this is not going to be sealed and that we are going to keep an eye on this. Also, I am going to be possibly looking at these judges and what they're doing compared to the Judicial Code of Ethics. And I am also going to be comparing, there is, let's see if I can, I did save it. Please say it. Okay, please say I saved it. So I am going to be recording a couple of videos on this. So I've made it known that I have not been happy about certain people getting on Judge Belaytho's case, saying that he should have researched his client or the people involved. We got to talk. We have to. There is this opinion that I am going to be doing a deeper dive on, and I'm going to be recording a video. That way we don't get derailed by chat. Independent formal, this is from the American Bar Association Standing Committee on Ethics and Professional Responsibility. Formal opinion 478 from December 8th, 2017. Independent factual research by judges via the internet. Let's just let's just look at this first paragraph is all I'm going to get into. Easy access to a vast amount of information available on the internet exposes judges to potential ethics problems. Judges risk violating the model code of judicial conduct by searching the internet for information related to participants or facts in a proceeding. Independent investigation of adjudicative facts generally is prohibited unless the information is properly subject to judicial notice. The restriction on independent investigation includes individuals subject to the judge's direction and control, which means when someone says in a comment section, I hate this judge, he needs to investigate, Lynette and John, he can't. And now I showed you the evidence to why he can't. Like there's so many people like that don't know how our court system works, that think they know how our court system works. And our court system is very complicated. Very complicated. And to go in and say, yeah, that you're mad at the judge for doing something that he's not allowed to do. It's like, tell me you don't know what a judge is supposed to do without telling me. So we're going to do some videos on what judges are supposed to do their ethics. And we're going to do certain judges around the country that have been we're going to look at certain judges around the country and see who is being ethical and who is not. And is their actions just unethical or illegal? Because this Judge Hannah, I don't know if her actions were not necessarily illegal, but they were damn sure unethical. So, preliminary hearing and arraignment and plea set for May 15th at 9 a.m. Gotta write that down in the calendar. Hello, beautiful. Hi. She's.
No wet bottoms.
Hi, baby. I love you. We're definitely having, same as being a jury member. Yeah. There's just certain things that you cannot do as a judge. You are subject. So lawyers are subject to a higher code of conduct and a higher standard of behavior than the average person. You, me, the Joe Schmo off the street. Well, judges are subject to a higher scrutiny and a higher behavior expectation than lawyers. So it's like, How many of your followers know that FRCP actually exists? We're working on that. And half the reason I started this channel is not only to learn for myself, but to teach others. Not saying that I'm the smartest person in the room by any stretch of the imagination. However, there's so many people that go on the internet. Hi. And think they know things and give their opinion like it's fact. I tell you things are my opinion and I try to show you the facts. We don't need activists as judges. Those are the ones being unethical. Yeah, we're going to go into some that are hi. We're going to go into some that are unethical and some that are ethical. So there's FRCP could stand for a lot of things. Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. There's the Judicial Code of Conduct. There's a lot of stuff. But there's a lot of stuff. So May 15th, 9 a.m. I have a giant planner. Like, when I say I have a giant planner, it's big. You reacted on Marla's paper dates and so on. I did not. Marla, like, she got the same thing as everybody else with the waiting 21 days from the time that Randy files the amended complaint. And also she got the judgment set aside. I didn't feel the need to read it because, Angel, it was super short. What? Water?
No. She's got water here.
Keys?
No.
Oh.
Keys.
Pet.
Got one on the floor. Yeah.
Okay, come here. Come here. We're still in the thing of you say things and I don't know exactly what you want. Hi. What would you like?
This.
You can't have my stream deck. You want to color?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Mama's notebook. Here. Should we go down there and color?
No.
No, you want to color right here? Okay. Well, sorry, chat. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, you're done. You help me. You hear that? Help me! Help me! Help me! if a judge has 50 to 100 cases assigned at any time, how much time do they actually have to read every word? Oh, my mouse. Of every document. Yeah, that's true too. A lot of the times I would assume that it's they're
Let's get a new one.
in the closet. In the closet. On the hanging shelves. So there's my only issue is his applying for court funds, the perk to an ordered clerk notice soliciting pro bono attorneys as pro se litigant. Yeah, I'm not 100% in favor of that. However, yeah. However, like, it's not unheard of, for one. Second, the judge can't go, the judge can't, Lynette and John can't go, well, the judge didn't help us at all, knowing that he can legally and ethically do that. So I think that might have been a way of covering his butt from them going on any sort of appeal or trying to get him removed, because remember, there's still that outstanding motion of that Bruce filed to get him removed. And also, Judge Kranick allowed Sarah Boone to put up a handwritten sign in the courthouse asking for a lawyer. So it's not unheard of for defendants to have that happen. Sarah Boone wrote her own. Then again, Sarah Boone wrote all her own. And I do have the Sarah Boone transcript from the court case. I am going to go through that and see if the sidebars are in there, because if the sidebars are in there, we are going to read them. I might ask a couple people to help me read them, but if the sidebars are in there, Lord knows I want to read them, because them's juicy sidebars. Sidebars are always fun to read too. Angel, paper, not the desk. And Rick, thank you for the $2 super chat for Baby Squid Snack Fund. Hey, you have a snack fund? Yeah. Yeah, paper. Yes. No. Girl. Judge is looking for volunteers to defend them, and funds may be available. Yeah, and that's the thing. They have a fund. So for him to not let them know. What? You want to get closer? Yeah. Okay. Well, you just had to say that. Mama. Hold on. I got to get the carpet. You're under the or you're pushing the carpet right now. Hold on. Girl, we're you're so demanding. You're so demanding. Mwah. Oh, I got pushed over for the little. She's taken over. Look up rules for use of court funds. It's a clearly shaded area. I will do that. It's for filing fees. And there's but for the judge to not tell a pro se defendant that those are available, I think is unethical in itself. Like I said, not a particularly big fan of Lynette and John. However, everybody's entitled to a defense, and if that court system has funds available for pro se defendants, and the judge doesn't tell them that, is that ethical in itself? There's a, Angel. You want to be on Mama's lap? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh, down? Down. Okay.
You want to come over by Nana?
Well, you can't win them all. I love you. You too. You too. You too. Yeah. So it's this Angel. She's now standing on the other side of my desk like this.
Cupcake.
Yes, Baby Squid channel. She just lets me talk. Girl, that was in your mouth. Ew. Gross.
Cupcake.
If the chat doesn't derail me, my child does. Look up rules for use of court funds.
Cupcake. No. Mama needs
Federal
that.
court.
And she does a stream. You'll see it when Mama does a stream.
Yeah, in our culture, money talks. Even pennies have more of a voice than IOUs. That's sad, unfortunately. Like, I do think that there is a I do think that there is a huge affluence problem. It's oh my goodness.
Let's go play with ball.
Marcus King, thank you for the $49.99 super chat. Sorry I've missed your streams lately. Oh my goodness. How have you been? I hope you are doing well.
Give this to Mama.
Yeah, that's the point. Nowhere in those rules does it say that those funds are for pro se litigation. It says courtroom repairs, furniture, training alike. This is for court registry investment system. That's Southern District of Iowa. I'll see if I can find anything. I would really like to know what that court system was. Let me look in the local rules of Northern District of Florida. Maybe something's in there. Details. Federal documents. State bar. Florida rules of professional conduct. Local rules in the Northern District of Florida. So we'll see if anything's in here. This is one of the reasons I love doing these streams with you guys, is because I figure things out with you and we look at this together. I'm just going to do a search for or what document were you referring to, Jeff? Because you seem to know what you're talking about, because obviously you've dealt with this before. Let's see. Additional duties. All civil cases filed when one or more of the parties are non-prisoner pro se litigant shall be assigned to the district judge, and unless otherwise ordered, shall be referred by the clerk to a full-time magistrate judge for all proceedings. To appoint counsel for indigent person pursuant to 18 U.S. Code 3006. Rule 67 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Let's see. Come on, resources. Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. If my computer wants to cooperate today. Here we go. Rule 67. Deposit into court. Okay. Let me get myself out. Whoop. That's not what I wanted to do. That is what I wanted to do. Have a good day. Bye. Hey, Kasha. Good morning. All right. Depositing property. If any of the relief sought is a money judgment or the disposition of a sum of money. I don't think that's that one. Let's see. Depositions and court proceedings. Judgment costs. Special proceeding. I don't think anything's in here. Scope of rules, limitation of liability. It's not 67. Relief from a judgment. They might want to look into that. Yes, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Mom. My mom always holding it down for the likes. Because I forget to ask for people to like and subscribe. We are on our way to 4K. We are like 75 away. I keep going up and I keep going down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So we never know. Hi. I don't think I'll have to read these, but I don't think that, I'm going to look in the federal rules or the local rules to Florida.
No, don't pull on cords.
Yes, please don't pull on cords. If my stream dies, it's because somebody's pulling on cords that they shouldn't be pulling on. So if I suddenly go, that's why.
Mama. Hand it through to Mama.
Mom, it's fine. It's the charging cord. It'll be fine. Like, the more you try to fight it, the more she'll do it. It's a pick your battles kind of moment. Florida rules of... There we go. Northern District of Florida. And I have to look. Hey, I have my favorite. I have to look at what exactly in the motion he said the funds were. Because it's like enter court orders to withdraw funds from the registry of the court in matters handled by the magistrate judge. 72. So this is the old funds received by Marshall. There doesn't seem to be anything. No, you can't have my stream deck. No. 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 We do this all the time. Oh. So there's nothing in the local rules either. So I have to look back at what the judge said. Oh no. Oh. You have to get that baby blanket done. You're 3/4, 3/4 done with it. Hey, she wants my stream deck, so I might have to call this a day. Oh, an Empire. Thanks for becoming a member. Oh, I just can't believe where this case has gone. Yeah, I can't. I just, it's so off the rails that, like, I just can't. It's things that you've never seen or you didn't expect to see. It's something like this. I have never seen a case like this, which is what makes it so fascinating. I have never seen a case play out on social media like this. That doesn't involve celebrities. Johnny Depp played out on social media a lot. Maya Kowalski has played out on social media a lot. This is new. Even cases between other YouTubers have not played out like this, and have not translated from the YouTube world to the real world quite like this. I have never seen any phrasing. Tammy, I know what you meant, but oh my goodness. It's paying attention to trials. Other before. There have been celebrities who sued each other before. This is just bizarre, and the amount of like people that are getting involved and taking this personally that aren't involved is crazy. It's like, I got you. But I will continue to look into that because this is just a Roy, 7 months of membership. Too much hearsay stuff being filed. Yeah. And the fact that people don't understand what the judge's role is, what these different motions are for. Like it, and like I am all for calling out judges when they're unethical, and lawyers. See my videos on David Gingras and Bubbles, where I literally compared their actions to the their state ethics code of conducts. It's I think Judge quoted case laws about the bench funds, and I will look at that because I can't exactly remember what he specifically said. So I feel like I'm looking things up when I don't actually know what was said. That was the new lawsuit. Let's see. Motion. Let's see.
Let me see what it is.
Mm.
Is that?
Ooh.
Wait, I didn't get to read it. Yeah, I did. You want Mama to read you a book? Yeah, I did. Okay, let me see this first.
I'm looking at the
I'll give it back. I just want to see what it says.
I'm trying to find the document that it was from.
Okay, let's go read a book.
That's about setting aside default. So document 20, this is document 29. That was setting aside the default. It's my anxiety is over the roof. Yeah. Good morning, Black Bear. How are you? Haven't seen you in a few weeks. I hope you're doing all right. Okay, I think this is it. Let's see. This is document 30. We'll look at this one together and see if it's this one. 421. There we go. Okay, this is where they were asking for counsel. Compulsory assignment. The civil court may, however, in exceptional circumstances, exercise its discretion to request an attorney to represent any person unable to afford counsel. And I wonder if the judge feels bad that Bubbles was their counsel in the other case. We're gonna. I think we're in the right document. So, All right. The court may, however, in exceptional circumstances, exercise its discretion to request an attorney to represent any person unable to afford counsel. 28 U.S. Code 1915 E1. She flipped through my my notebook, so I gotta find my page where I was taking notes. Because if I have notes spread out too many places, I get confused. Because Lord knows. All right. 28 U.S. Code 1915 E1. And based on the unique circumstances of this case and the court's familiarity gained from presiding over a related case, with the facts and issues involved, the court believes it's appropriate to request representation for defendants under 1915 E1. Accordingly, the court will direct the court to issue notice to all attorneys registered with the court's electronic filing system, requesting an attorney to volunteer to represent defendants Cook and Preston. This request does not guarantee them representation. They must continue to defend themselves in this case until counsel appears on their behalf. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. That's something parents should never have to do. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. Maybe the magistrate has a secret GoFundMe for indigent civil litigants. I doubt that. I'm not even going to start a rumor on that. So it's 1915. 1915 E1. And it doesn't say anything about the it doesn't say anything about a court's money. So it doesn't say anything about money. It just says requesting an attorney to volunteer to represent. So that, I don't think that that's there. Like, well, district's bench and bar fund. So it's the Northern District of Florida bench and bar fund. There we go. Bench and bar fund. It would have been nice if I would have kept reading, because I remember seeing it. I just couldn't remember where. Of out-of-pocket expenses incurred by an attorney. So this would be money for the attorney that would go straight to the attorney. This would not be money that would ever be in their this would be money that would never go to John and Lynette. So that needs to be like that needs to be like made, a caveat that this money, if they get money from the bench and bar fund, it will go to the attorney, not to John and Lynette. So there's that. Like that, I feel like that's a big distinction in this case when people are asking questions about where money went. It's a big discussion and a big caveat to say that the judge would not be giving John and Lynette money. So, yeah. Hey, Patty. Civil cases don't automatically get court-appointed attorney if indigent. Yeah, that's what this is what the order says up here. Unlike criminal defendants, indigent civil litigants generally have no right to be represented by court-appointed counsel. Bass v. Perrin, 11th Circuit, 1999. Nor does the court have a budget to pay attorneys to represent indigent civil litigants. So, and then C. Mallard versus U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Iowa, 1989, declining to authorize compulsory assignments for attorneys in civil cases. And then this is where we picked up. The court, however, may, in exceptional circumstances, exercise its discretion to request an attorney, but you're not entitled to an attorney. So, but the Florida Bench and Bar Fund, Northern District of Florida Bench and Bar Fund. I feel like that would be in the rules. Let's see, local. There we go. Bench and bar fund. I'm going to see if this is in the local rules. Nope. So it's not the bench and bar fund. Which begs the question, where is that at? Northern Florida Bar Fund. All right. Here we go. This was U.S. Court, Northern District of Florida, administrative order establishing bench and bar fund. Let's see. Guideline to judiciary policies and procedure, including without limitation the following uses: attorney admission proceedings, including expenses. Yeah, I don't see anything exceptional about either cases. You have it in PDF. Is it this that you have, Jeff? Because that's what I could find so far. How they funds should be used. Funds are subject to audit by the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts. Yeah, I'm going to save this, but this is not, this is from Florida Northern District.uscourts.gov is where I got this from. But this isn't how it's used. This is just the administrative order establishing it. I'm just saving this so I don't have to search for it again. Erroneous documents. There we go. Let's see if I can find the, because this is what local rules, pro se general. Apparently I can't be, that site can't be reached. Oh, and that's not this is like this is not the only one that is out there. So the fact that I don't know if they're going to get an attorney from this, once again, I think the judge is covering his butt. However, this is not the only pro bono opportunity. Hey, Captain, page 3 and 4 is what it can be used for. Let's see. Attorney admission proceedings, including expenses of admission, examining review committees, attorney discipline proceedings, including expenses of investigating counsel for disciplinary enforcement. Hold on, let me make it bigger so y'all can see. Sorry. Hey, Spawn. I was talking about you earlier. Witness fees in disciplinary proceedings for which appropriated funds are not available. Anatomical charts, display boards, and stands for courtroom use, computerization of library catalog, lawyer lounge facilities, furnishings and equipment, surety bond for the custodian only covers total amount in the fund anticipated. Fees for services rendered by outside auditors. Jesus. Judicial and investigatures. I hate that word. Retirements and portrait presentations, naturalization proceedings, and law day programs. Court-approved payment or reimbursement of lodging necessary and reasonably incurred by indigent, non-resident, and non-custodial defendants for purposes of trial or hearing in criminal cases. This one, criminal cases. Focus on criminal. Court-approved payment or reimbursement of expenses for travel, depositions, copies, records necessarily and reasonably incurred by court-appointed attorneys representing indigents in civil cases, and sponsor or provide attorney educational seminars and workshops, civil and criminal, for attorneys within the district and for attorneys who belong to the bar of this court. I mean, that's a wide range of things. But, like, attorney admission proceedings, I don't know. That it's a, hey, bearded man, Steve. It's a wide range of things, but I don't know if it necessarily anatomical charts, display boards, and stands for courtroom use. So I don't know. Y'all can tell me what you think of that. But remember, this goes to the attorney. This does not go to them. So, but here's an interesting thing. The fund will be derived from an attorney admission fees collected in excess of the basic fees set by the Judicial Conference. The amount may be set from time to time by the court and is initially set at $20 as a one-time fee for all existing members and for future admittees or applicants, including pro hoc vitae admittees. So, the fund may also receive gifts, bequests, devices, and other additions from individuals and organizations. The fund shall not be used to supplement appropriated funds, to pay for materials or supplies available from statutory appropriations, or to supplement the salary of any court officer or employee. Attorney Wright Moulton, Pensacola, Florida, is appointed to the office of custodian of the fund to serve without compensation. I mean, there's that. Like, that we don't always get along. We don't always agree. There we go. We don't always agree. But when we don't agree, we don't end our friendship because we don't agree. Oh, and Spawn. Can I have it? I don't need that thing in it. So, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, for my aviation discussions with the NTSB reports and the anything that uses a CRJ, I have a CRJ.
Mommy.
Can you see it? You can see it in just a minute.
Yes.
I will give it to you. I promise.
Yes.
I promise.
Mama.
So, I can take wings off and engines. So I can't take the whole tail section off though, but we can do demonstration. But it's a CRJ 200 because that's what my company flew. However, we have a CRJ.
Okay.
There you go, Angel. Don't destroy it, please.
Yes, please don't destroy it. I like to hang on to it.
So, yeah. He has a lot of latitude on how to use it, but if he discovers he's been played into granting funds because of false info, I don't think he'll be too happy. Yeah, that's true too. As I said, giving this court money to pro bono for expenses doesn't seem to fit any of the criteria listed. Obviously, pro bono isn't court-appointed counsel. But it does say in the other. Okay. I like how she just talks to herself and she's like, okay. When I searched bench and bar fund, so pro bono opportunity in case multiple cases, and they all say limited funds sometimes are available from district's bench and bar fund. So this is not it's not limited to Judge Belatho, and it's not limited to this case. Look at all of these. This is just the Northern District of Florida where these are posted. So for people to say that the judge did this special for and is biased towards John and Lynette because he did this, this seems to be a pretty damn common thing to do. So I think we just proved that the judge being biased towards them is not true, because this seems to be pretty not unusual. So this is from 2021, 2025. There's 11. Here's the one from the order from the judge. There's been 11 and having brief freezes. My internet has been in and out for a week. We've been getting dropped. It's this is not pro bono 417. Pro bono separate but related cases. Pro bono opportunity 317. This seems to be, oh no, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying in general, I have seen from certain comments in certain places, biased or has been conned or is this or that. Or one of those situations where it's well, then I think it is, if that makes sense. I've 4 months. Out of the Northern District of Florida. This is not unusual towards John and Lynette. So anybody who sees it that way, I disagree with. I mean, it's one of those just for them to for anybody to say that the judge putting that in an order is special or it is not true. That's just that was my point. Yeah, my internet, I live in rural Georgia. Outage, our internet has not been the same. And there's a known outage, and there were some power outages if something in their servers got screwed up. I don't know. So, but yeah, it's me. So I try to keep things closed, but I also there's also like 11 devices in my house on any given day running all at the same time. So yeah, I cut out every now and then. I think there should be actual fact checking into any possible party to qualify for the assistance. All their finances must be verified and assessed. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I also think that a lot of people should be, a lot of judges should be able to request psych evals without it being discriminatory, because some people, especially when you have pro se litigants filing all these documents, or even some attorneys filing all these unnecessary documents, is there something not quite right? I think attorneys in general attorneys and doctors should have to go for medical and psych evals on a regular basis, because your psychological health and your physical health impact how you treat your patients and how you treat your clients. I think that should be part of your bar history, is a medical and a psych eval. You can call me controversial for that, but like, when you have an attorney who might have untreated mental health issues doing things that is not appropriate, I mean, same with doctors. Like, doctors should undergo, because if you're not healthy, how can you make anybody else healthy? I mean, it's controversial, but at some points in time, it's necessary. But for those of you, yeah, I'm going to be doing videos on this. I'm not sure how many, and I'm not sure when. I will be continuing to cover the Hannah. Oh, here we go. The Judge Hannah Dugan. She has a preliminary hearing May 15th at 9 a.m. It will not be recorded because it is in federal court. However, this case is on Pacer, and I will be keeping an eye on it. So maximum penalties: count 1 year of imprisonment, $100,000 fine, 1 year SR, and $25 as a count 2, 5 years imprisonment, $250,000 fine. Government advises this matter will be presented to the grand jury on a date to be determined and is not seeking detention. Damn. That would be nice if they were. Defendant is released on bond. An order setting conditions of release. Ooh. So I don't have to pay for this again. We're going to save this right away. I have to remember to save these documents. Otherwise, I forget, and I have to go back and pay for them. And that's how you get a $189 Pacer bill. Hannah Dugan, initial appearance. New folder. So thank you for being patient with me while I save this. U.S. v. Hannah Dugan in the Judges Gone Wild. Here we go. Attorneys random substance screenings, LOL. I will never forget the defense attorney dropping his bag of cocaine outside of his suit jacket at a sidebar in front of the judge. Oh my God. I'm sure, Jeff, you could write a book with the stuff you have seen. I'm sure you could fill a book with the amount of WTF moments in court. It's just, yeah. Hit that like button, please. Yes, please do. I would really appreciate it. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. We are trying to grow this channel to 4K. I'm trying to expand and be different. We are going to into more of what judges do and what judges should do and shouldn't do and what judges are supposed to do. Because they have a code of ethics that not only are they subject to their American Bar Association, their state bar, but also the judicial rule or rules of judicial conduct. So they're definitely supposed to be better than the rest of us. They're supposed to have better critical thinking. And once again, emotions change minute to minute. Facts and the law does not. In fact, the laws barely, if ever, change because Congress is the body of government that's supposed to enact the laws, and they don't do shit. So there's that. On that note, great people, I am going to get going. I have lots of stuff to do today. Mr. Squid is at work and will be home soon. I want to spend some time with my mother and the little, but I want to see if anybody else is live. So thank you for joining me for Uncaffeinated because I'm definitely uncaffeinated and it's showing. I also do have I updated the Amazon list if you want to support the channel, but you also don't want to give any of your money to YouTube. Sorry to my YouTube overlords who are watching. I love you guys. But not everybody likes you, and that's okay. However, I do have it. I did put it in the description of the video, and I'm going to see if there's anybody live that we can redirect to. Veteran biker? Tell me everything, Shizzy. Oh, Kwame Brown bus life is... but I think he's a little too, we're going to go to Veteran Biker. Y'all go tell Veteran Biker I said hi. Bye, guys. Imagine not leaving your illicit stuff in the car and being dumb enough to present to a judge on accident. I mean, I just can't imagine how I've never done that in my life, but I can't imagine if I did be. But on that note, I have to go. The little one is needing my attention. You want another one? No, we're going to go get real food. Yes. Rules and laws obviously don't matter in Florida. You want to say bye? Bye. You want to say bye? Bye. That always makes you happy. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Bye.